Okay, so good evening, everyone. Welcome to Friday evening live session where we talk about market, we talk about weekly analysis of the market, and we also try to give you a perspective of what can happen in the market next week. I want to welcome all the StockEdge Premium members, StockEdge Club members, and also TMP participants for this lovely session. As you can see, the format is slightly different. This video I'm starting now. So earlier Souradeep used to start, but now I'm going to do the starting part. Then Souradeep is going to join. And from today, we are going to invite one expert, external expert, whom you see are already part of StockEdge social platform. They will also come. One particular person, could be he or a she. Today we have she. They will also come and talk about the market view with you. So the session may last for 1.5 hours. So we may extend the session till 7:30 p.m. But you're going to have great learning session together. So I hope you like these initiatives, and I hope you're finding value in this Friday sessions which we are conducting with all of you, conducting for all of you. Okay. So let me get a round of confirmation from everyone that you can hear me. Ankit, Gyanendra, Sumit, Shriram, Ninad, Namaskar, Ninad, Mohit, Alok, Shikant, fantastic. Thank you so much, Vedanta. Thank you. Thank you for your sweet confirmation. So my session will last for around 15 minutes. And as you know that we don't take questions in this session. So my session will last for around 15 minutes or so, 15 to 20 minutes. Then Souradeep will be joining, and we have a guest, Jyoti Bhudia. Jyoti ji will be joining after Souradeep. So we'll have great learning session every Friday. Please mark your calendar from 6 to 7:30. You can't do anything else. You have to become part of this amazing learning sessions which we are conducting for you. Okay, so let me get on to the business and talk about the market. क्या चल रहा है मार्केट के अंदर में, और जब मार्केट का क्या चल रहा है की बात करते हैं तो हमको डॉलर इंडेक्स तो देखना ही पड़ता है. तो ये डॉलर इंडेक्स है, ये बहुत ही जिद्दी डॉलर 100 के ऊपर कॉन्सिस्टेंटली ट्रेड कर रहा है. अभी इसका नेक्स्ट टारगेट है 102, दिस वन. ओके, ये इसका नेक्स्ट टारगेट है. अगर ये 102 के ऊपर में ट्रेड करने लग गया तो आई थिंक अगेन विल बी अ मैटर ऑफ कंसर्न फॉर द रिस्की एसेट्स. एंड क्या पॉसिबिलिटी है कि 102 के ऊपर ट्रेड करेगा. सो 10-year yield in US, look at the movement. Even the 10-year yield is right now hovering around the top level. 3.2% is probably the near term top, and the 2-year yield is also hovering around the top. ये देखा आपने कितना इंटरेस्टिंग हो रखा है. डॉलर इंडेक्स अपने टॉप के पास आ रहा है, नियर टर्म हाई. 2-year yield भी आ रहा है, 10-year yield भी आ रहा है. तो चांसेस है कि यहां से एक रिवर्सल मिल जाए. And if dollar shows a sign of reversal, then the rally in equity market will resume. And if dollar breaks this along with yield, then obviously it is a matter of grave concern. So Nifty का अगर हम लोग बात करें, so we are here. Nifty में, Nifty is hovering around this range now. डॉलर का अनसर्टेनिटी के कारण निफ्टी के अंदर में अनसर्टेनिटी है. दैट मींस निफ्टी के जो मेजर स्टॉक्स है उनके अंदर में भी अनसर्टेनिटी है. सो व्हाट डू वी डू? सो एज आई हैव बीन स्पीकिंग अबाउट इट लास्ट फ्राइडे एंड इन माय वीकेंड सेशंस, this is not the right market to become very audacious. It's better to be conservative in this market. Deploy limited capital, play momentum, but maybe intraday options could be a strategy one should look at. But definitely market में surprises बहुत आएंगे. So be careful with the market. If dollar shows a reversal sign, और reversal sign कैसे मिलेगा? कैसे मिलेगा? Reversal sign मिलेगा, कोई ना कोई reversal candlestick pattern डॉलर में build up होगा. You know, if you remember, I recorded this video specifically for people who wanted to learn candlesticks reversal. अगर आपने ये वीडियो नहीं देखा है तो you should go and watch this video. 15 candlestick pattern जिसमें reversal पे मैंने काफी focus किया है. If you see some kind of a reversal pattern coming into dollar, then and dollar making a confirmation by trading in the lower side of that reversal pattern, then I think market will look out for next big rally. Otherwise abhi market ke andar mein definitely there is no clear cut direction. Okay, what is happening with crude oil? Crude oil again wanted to go up. Geopolitical issue strength hai, dollar में भी strength है. So this is where the problem lies, that dollar is also strong and crude oil is also strong, and the reason we all know that it's a war which is leading to the strength of both these instruments. Okay, gold, silver, आप देखो moreless सारे instruments अभी एक kind of range में खड़े हैं and they are waiting for that next trigger. And what will lead to the trigger, I don't know, no one knows. Dollar हो सकता है, war हो सकता है, कुछ भी हो सकता है, because market has already reacted to all the uncertainties. इसके कारण एक एक instability है market के अंदर में. So we all are hopeful that some kind of a clarity will emerge. Emerging markets overall weak hai. Look at emerging markets. In fact, India is the only market which is standing tall. नहीं तो emerging markets globally, this is MSCI emerging market index का index. Look at this, already emerging market नीचे की तरफ है, but India उतना ज़्यादा fall नहीं कर रहा, because India में वैसे buying interest है. FIs are selling, but there is an interest among the retail to buy Indian equity. So बहुत ज़्यादा massive fall मुझे नहीं दिख रहा market में until as dollar crosses 102 and stays above it for some time. Okay, 200 moving average India का important है, तो 16,860 एक important level है. इसके नीचे अगर India trade करने लग गया तो मैं अपना position को काफी हल्का कर दूंगा. Okay, काफी हल्का कर दूंगा, because I am a strict follower of 200 moving average. उसके नीचे अगर मार्केट जाता है तो आई वांट टू स्टे as much cash as possible, because anything can happen in the market if it crosses below 200 moving average. Okay, this is the broader view about the market from my side. Now let me talk about stocks, and let me give you a some kind of a hack to identify stocks जिसके अंदर में कुछ activity हो सकती है. Okay, so I've been talking about these combinations for some time now, and the combinations are working so well for me. And let me show you, if you have not looked at these combinations, you should look at these combinations. This combination is very, very interesting combination, and if you have not made this combination, please make it. Stocks which are within 52-week high zone, stock outperforming the benchmark index, and fundamentally stocks are doing better. So there's improved return on equity, there is improved ROCE, quarterly net profit growth. So these are financial improvement with price action. So FIPA. So these are the stocks where I think there will always be opportunity to trade if you're a swing trader. So the best way to do this is download the list in an Excel sheet. This is the list. Okay, every day do that. Download the list every day. Then go to your watch list here, FIPA watch list. You can delete the other stocks in the watch list. Okay, and you can add all the FIPA stocks here. So these are the stocks where fundamentally these stocks have done well, and there is a clear mark of strength in these stocks. So for me, if I have to play momentum in the market, I will rely on these stocks, because in stocks के अंदर में momentum भी है और fundamental reason भी है इन stocks का strong होने का, right? So the best thing to do is look at the chart of these stocks, see if the strength is quite evident from the RS. You know my model, 2-hourly chart. If it is confirmed and there is a breakout, जैसे G shipping, 2 hourly chart में gave a breakout here. RS was strong. Okay, 5 end of the day 55 period RS strong, as well as 21 period end of the day strong. So this becomes a good breakout level for me to enter. Previous swing high, breakout. Previous swing high, breakout. See, you will be able to identify stocks only if you filter your stocks to limited number of stocks, and FIPA is one of the way you can filter the stocks. So breakout is easier to identify because typically these stocks will have tendency to remain strong for long period of time. And if the stock is retracing, for example, these are the stocks which are retracing. So strong stocks falling, chances that they will retrace from previous swing low. So you can mark your low here. So अगर ये stock यहाँ आता है और retrace करता है, तो chances है यहाँ से अच्छा movement दे दे. Okay, Nalco, weak stock, I will not participate. Intellect, weak stock, अभी मैं पार्टिसिपेट नहीं करूंगा बिकॉज 2 आवरली वीक स्टॉक है. जीएनएफसी स्ट्रॉन्ग स्टॉक, 2 आवरली में स्ट्रॉन्ग, 21 पीरियड में स्ट्रॉन्ग. आई वुड लाइक टू मेक एन अटेम्प्ट. प्रीवियस स्विंग हाई वाज हियर. लेट्स सी व्हाट हैपेंस. इस हाई को अगर रेस्पेक्ट करके इसके ऊपर वापस जाता है, एंड इफ इट क्रॉसेस द प्रीवियस स्विंग हाई हियर, then I would like to participate, because by the time ये क्रॉस करेगा तो chances है कि ये breakout दे दे. तो I will participate only when the previous swing high is broken. RCF, superb strong stock, very strong momentum, लेकिन काफी ऊपर जा चुका है. एक रिट्रेसमेंट आ जाए, इसका हाई चांसेस है कि ये यहीं से रिट्रेस करके वापस घूम जाएगा. सो दिस कुड बी अ गुड जोन जहां पे रिट्रेस करके वो वापस चला जाए. एंड ऑल दीज लेवल्स you have to make sure that you have alerts set. Okay, the moment you set an alert, if the price reaches near this, trading view will inform you, and then only you trade in those stocks. Otherwise you do not trade in those stocks. So my logic is very simple. If I'm a full-time trader or I'm a part-time trader, I will limit my analysis to limited number of stocks, and StockEdge scanner is very good utility to help you to limit those number of stocks. And once you have done that, then you have your chart and the trading view alert, which will tell you at what price point you may like to make an attempt in this stock. Okay, so this is a process which I have explained, and I've been talking about it in my weekend learning session, in every session which I conduct, and my YouTube as also. So if you are not following it, just watch any of my weekend video on my YouTube, and you will be able to understand what I'm saying. Okay, so overall, repeat, overall market is kind of dicey, but Indian market has momentum. There are enough stocks where momentum is high. So you need to select the stocks where you can participate in the momentum. Try to make smaller profit with a smaller stop loss, because you may not see market until as market gives that breakout. You may not be able to see a major movements in stock. So better to keep on making smaller profit at smaller stop loss to remain in the market as an active market participant. All right, so thank you. Now I will like to invite Souradeep. Souradeep, are you there?
Sir, hi.
Yeah,
Can you hear me, sir?
yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you, Souradeep. Thank you. Take it over from me.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thanks for providing me the opportunity. Thanks a lot. Hi, everyone. Very good evening to all of you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you please confirm me? Okay. Thanks a lot. Thanks for confirming this thing. So right now, what I was trying to note is that what has been the forex reserve. Now every weekend you can see it is reported on 5 p.m. but today this time it is still yet to be reported. Okay, now this is a very crucial data, because as the crude oil prices have been going up, and I will show you, see, from a top of around 640 or 641, which was formed around September to around October to November time, 642.8. This our forex reserves has been declining very sharply as the crude oil prices remain very high. Okay. Now, not only crude oil, as I share these charts every week, you can see that this is the monthly chart of wheat at lifetime high, corn at lifetime high. Okay. Soybean, you can see at lifetime high. Okay. Sugar at barring this 2008, it is close to lifetime high. Cotton lifetime high. This black sea sunflower oil near lifetime high. So every agri commodity is near lifetime high, and that is a big concern for countries with have a lot of poor people. Okay. Uh, Africa, in India, poverty has declined though, but still it is a kind of a concern for because we have a huge population, and especially Africa and weaker South Asian countries. This is a big concern. And if we look at the global uh, commodity baskets, you can see this is WTI staying at a very high level. I want to show you one very important thing about WTI. See, this is the WTI monthly chart, and as the crude oil remains here uh, at 102, 103, uh, it is not necessarily that it will suddenly fall. Okay, if you keep a note on this phase, okay, from 2010 to 2014 almost. So crude oil maintained in this band of 84 to 100 for quite some time. Okay, so crude oil can remain because the war can or the Cold War in some way can linger for some time, and we can see the repeat of this, and crude oil can remain at very elevated level for maybe next 5 6 years. So it can be the case that we may not see an immediately range shift. What happened after 2014 was a range shift with 75 at WTI. I'm talking about at high, but now we have reverse range shift, and we are trading in the higher end of the range, and this can be a sticky problem. We don't know how post the war, because war won't obviously last more than 4 5 months that we expect, but post-war, the relationship between the West and the Russia may not normalize for quite many years, and we may see this huge. See, crude oil is a kind of a commodity. If there is 1 million barrel per day excessive production, you can see crude oil from dropping from 70 to 30, 70 to 40. And if there is 1 million barrel per day of less production, then it takes out of the stocks, and you can see crude oil going up. I personally am not witnessing any sign of crude oil cooling down because the global stocks are declining. The OPEC countries are not producing enough, and I don't think the West is doing any justice by by putting this kind of what I would call sanctions in terms of energy imports, because this is a military problem. But taking the energy sanction, what is actually happening is that they are bringing up the cost of everything, because oil is raw material in producing almost everything. Okay, from agriculture to transporting of the agriculture to any product for transportation. So when oil prices goes up, cost of everything goes up. So this, they are actually harming their own interest by imposing sanction on energy. Other things they can do, but I think this is not a very intelligent decision by them. Aluminium, you can see at lifetime high, nickel at lifetime high, zinc literally at lifetime high, and lead, iron ore, all are uh, at very high levels compared. So we are in a kind of scenario where we do not know when situation will normalize. See, now what happens when this kind of scenario lingers on for quite some time is that, let me go to the Nifty chart here. So what happens after lingering of this kind of scenario is, I'm going to the monthly chart, and you can see, so this similar kind of inflation happened from 2006 to 2008. Okay. Now, what happened is that for 1.5 years, in spite of that inflation, stock market kept on going up. And after that, there was a Lehman crisis and the collapse. So even if market has to collapse on by the pressure of the commodity prices, you must be thinking that this can go on for next 1.5 years. So there is no direct way of knowing that this macro uh, price rise will actually cause the uh, index to fall immediately. Okay. Now, if I go to the daily chart, I would like to note one very important point is that, see, from August, beginning of August to what I would say till now, which is almost 9 months or 8.5 months, you can see that our index is broadly within this 16,370 to 18,500. And this is a very small range. Okay, this is only 12% of the index, 12 to 13% of the index. Okay, now if can it last even more, the signs are like that. Okay, market is quite resilient domestic in spite of havoc, I would say, in spite of huge selling by the FIIs. If I go to this wave.stockedge.com and show you, uh, in spite of huge selling by the FIIs, if I go here, just a second. If I go to the cash market professional data, because that is the refined data, and go to the monthly, so you can see FII selling from April 2021 and never really bought in between. And since October, the selling has been very huge. Like every month, they are selling close to 30, 35,000, 45,000. April is yet not over, and they have already sold 26,000. Probably will reach close to 35, 40,000 this way. Okay. Now, this is the way they are selling. And again, if I go to the DII data, I would like to show you here. Just a second. DII data, and again monthly. So on the similar front, DII have been offsetting this selling for last 8-10 months, and especially for last 4-5 months when FII have been selling big, they're almost counterbalancing the selling, and it is coming from you and me in form of mutual fund investment. Okay, so due to the mutual fund investment, because the interest rates are quite low right now, a lot of people are investing right now in mutual funds, and that is why what you can see is that uh, a lot of money actually supporting the Indian market, and Indian market is mostly in a range. Regarding Bank Nifty, you will see a similar range, but a range of almost 22%, from 32,500 to almost 40,000, barring this one-time blow-up rally towards 42,000. It has been mostly in a range, and what I was talking to my students during the live trading session in TMP today, that this has been broadly the range from last May, okay, 2022,000, a more volatile instrument than Nifty, but you can see that it has been a range 200. It is easily crisscrossing 200 DMA. So 200 DMA is not at all kind of a defining level right now. See, when is 200 DMA defining level? When it obeys it for quite some time, but now within this small amount of time, you have seen a lot of time there has been to and fro. So right now, 200 DMA is not acting as a very great barrier in terms of Nifty and Bank Nifty. And to be honest, it is very difficult for anyone to actually predict the market over the next 3 months, 4 months, because there is no direction. Okay. Or in a weekly basis also, if I show you the weekly charts, you will find that most things are quite random. Okay. Now, again, I have drawn this kind of thing, ignoring the movements in between, which is not an ideal thing, but to try to find some supports and resistance, we are trying to do this, but not a very easy way to understand where the market is going to be. Okay. Now, here I want to discuss a little bit about the mother market, that is the Dow Jones. So if I look at the Dow Jones, also the same story, you can see uh, this week what it happened is that the it tried to go higher, but yesterday after Powell said that in May he is expecting 50 basis points of rate hike, it had pulled back. Now it is just near the mid Bollinger, and it has flattened. Okay, the Bollinger has flattened, so there is no direction. And if I look at the relative strengths, you can see since the start of the year, uh, no, this is not actually, this is the start of the year. If I see 2022, most are up or down 1 or 2 and 3%. Okay, except this OCP, DAX, uh, Shanghai market, uh, Nasdaq, Indian IT. These are the high beta indices. They are down, like Indian IT and US IT. But European indices, because they are directly affected by the war that is going on in Russia and China. Sorry, Russia and Ukraine, and that is why they are down. And Hansen down, and China index down because of the COVID crisis in China. But other than that, you can see Nifty, Bank Nifty, US indices, UK indices are mostly mildly negative, 2%, 4%. I personally have a hope that once the situation resolves, crude oil can cool down a little bit and we can see the upward breakout in the indices. But till then, it is anybody's game, because 8, 9 months it has been consolidating. It had seen the COVID, it had seen the dollar rising, it has seen the crude oil going up. And if the market had to fall on the global scale and Nifty scale, there were enough triggers, right? The Russia-Ukraine war, the crude oil even going to 140s. But if the market has still not gone down, I think eventually it will actually resolve on the upside. Okay. Now, we have to wait for this. But see, the way normally market moves, we are in a very different trajectory right now, in a range, but having huge gap ups and gap down. And the difficulty in trading in Nifty or Bank Nifty day to day is that I will show you. See, today what we got in a weekly frame in Nifty is basically doji, and doji means indecision. You know, it can go up, down next week anywhere. Now, if I look at this like this, uh, if I go to the daily chart, I'm expanding the daily chart. The biggest problem in taking a trade on a Nifty is that even Nifty don't have any direction. You can see that most of the days are gap ups and gap downs. Okay, apart from this was a gap up, then there is a gap up, then there is a gap down. So there is no continuity. Like here there is a continuity, here there is a continuity. So the best thing what one may do is that sell strangles, okay, and don't sell directly strangles. Try to sell if you are selling options of 17,500 and 16,800, call and put here, call and put. Try to buy a far away call and try to buy a far away put to actually give it the shape of a condor. So options selling that way may work a little bit, Otherwise, I really don't find a way in which you can actually predict the market and trade. Okay, let me put here Nifty futures. So volume profile will also come into picture. Nifty index futures. I am putting here. Now, when I put the volume profile, you can see that this zone of 16,200 to 17,400 is the, and to extend it 17,300 to 17,600 is the high volume nodes since the consolidation has started. Okay, since the consolidation has started. So market may remain in this zone and market may do a lot of to and fro without doing much. What are the major changes that we have seen, and we could check if they have reported this data, Indian Forex Reserve yet. It is not coming up today. Why? I don't know why they are not reporting, because it is almost uh, about to be 7. Normally it is reported at 5. Okay, this is the provisional PMI. See, you can see all of them in the eurozone that they have come. These are positive numbers. Okay, in spite of war, the service PMI, composite PMI, manufacturing PMI has come very positive for the total eurozone. Okay, German manufacturing has been little disappointed, but French numbers are very good. And overall, these are the two main economies. The provisional PMI for the month of April will come here, and here we may again see some good numbers. So this 55, 57, 58 numbers are very good, and they show high economic activity. And in that case, because the economic activity is very strong, the Fed may, as Powell has said yesterday, go for a interest rate hike of 50 basis point next month. And along with that, if the commodity prices are high, what we may see in upcoming quarters is the profit contraction. Okay, now IMF has said that global growth is about to come down to 3.2 from 4.1% this year, and out of that, India is supposed to grow 8.2%, fastest growing major economy. So India overall is doing good, but I would say things are not again very things are not again very easy in terms of businesses right now, because what happened, you can see that most of the companies have felt a lot of margin pressure in the IT industry this year, because the IT industry has grown so much, and that is why there has been quite a good amount of I would say employee cost rise in the IT, and that's why the margin right now is in trouble in the IT industry. So what happens when in such a high inflationary environment is that most of the companies face margin pressure, and after that a kind of demand pressure also, and then a recessionary trend starts. But we can continue with this uptrend for next 1.5 years, as we have seen that happen in 2006 to 2008 January, and then we can fall. So don't know when these things will form. And right now stocks moves are also not very, I would say, predictable. Like I gave these two stocks in the TMP today, Adani Ports, when the breakout happened, and then it went up 2% almost, and then you can see the pullback. I have also given the Bombay Burma in the live trading session in the TMP, uh, BBTM, BBTC. Okay. So what happened in our live trading session, as we was trading 964 went to 980, and then again it fell. Okay. So so this is the way things are doing. Many breakouts are not seeing follow up immediately. Often there are reversals, but that is why when you enter a stock, if it is giving 2 to 3%, it is very important to move 50% of the profit and try to trail if the stock is moving higher. But right now there is no conviction, general conviction, that price is going to go high a lot. Though I have given two stocks yesterday from a medium term view, and the stocks are pretty much in the same range, and that's why it is worthwhile if I talk about them right now also, because what I told them is that what I saw here, and I'm hiding the Bollinger Band because it is becoming too many indicators right now. Okay, so what I saw that price was trying to breach uh, this level, earlier level, and what I was see that this falling trend line, it has breached camps. So what I suggested, if you have a stop loss of 245060, we may see quite higher levels in camps, possibly this volume point of control of almost 2900 to 3000, and later higher level. Another stock that I have given is the Kotak Bank. Okay, so the banks have fallen brutally, but if I look at the structural chart of Kotak, I find that quite a good support in this zone. Okay, 1670, 1680. So if one can have a stop loss of 1670, 1680, and this is the value zone also in terms of volume, I think we can see a repeat up move that we have been seeing uh, in the Kotak time and again from this range, and we may see higher levels of 2000 or 2100. So these are the banking on financial scripts. What has changed in life in recent times is the SDFC twins. Okay, and I tweeted about it also today. If you see, uh, this has actually attracted the fancy of many people, and I don't know, many people have tried to interact with it, but I don't know why they have brutally fallen. A lot of people might have had positions, and that is why this tweet became a little bit viral today, because generally my tweets have 17, 20, 30, 40 kind of likes. Okay, so 28 you can see, but this kind of became viral because uh, this might be the same question in everybody's mind, why they have fallen. And if you see, they are SDFC Bank right now trading at 20 uh, PE multiple. It is a very important support also. Okay, if I remove this Fibonacci, all these things also, it is a kind of a support area also in the past. I don't know why they have fallen so much. This SDFC Bank. Okay, SDFC Bank growing at 20%, NPA is in control, near 61.8% pullback of the last major rise, but still you can see there is not, only it has fallen to 0.382, sorry, it has fallen to 0.382, but it can bounce from here. You can see this zone, okay, that it has bounced many times from this 1300 zone. It can again bounce. But this sharp fall, like from 1720 to 1320, in spite of everything, almost every thing, financial parameter remaining equal, why they have fallen? Like, I'm not saying you to go gung ho with big amount of money, but being such a good amount of stock, at least you can have some stocks of SDFC Bank, at least with a 100-point kind of a stop loss and aiming for 300-400 points kind of a movement. With some, you can have some allocation. Okay, and another stock that had fallen so drastically is Infosys, because Infosys had a margin miss, and uh, I was personally quite bullish on this stock. Now see, it has clearly breached this level, and until it goes above 1650, you cannot say something with conviction about this stock. Okay, but in spite of everything, Nifty has not fallen. The If you see, all these three stocks constitute about 25% of the index, but still they have not, the indices have not fallen that much. Yes, Bank Nifty have fallen, but Nifty has not fallen because uh, Mota Bhai, that is Mota Bhai of market. Mota Bhai means Bada Bhai of market, and that is Reliance. Uh, Almost every day making on a daily basis lifetime high. So today can be a potential shooting star, and That is why it can be a worry also. But the gross refining margins are very high when the oil prices are going up. Okay, so if I look at the crude oil prices, you can see the for last 3 months the crude oil prices has been going up. What happens is that they buy crude oil at a certain price, and by the time the crude oil reaches them and they have produced the refining product, the product value has the crude oil prices has gone up, so the product value has also gone up. So during the rising crude oil scenario, there is a lag between procuring the crude oil and producing it. So what happens is that the gross refining margin can go up quite a lot, and uh, what used to be a on a 5-year basis $4 to $5 average gross refining margin during this point kind of time can literally come at twice or thrice of that, like $10 to $20, anything can come, even on the how efficiently they have been managing. So you can see kind of profit Reliance can actually uh, deliver this amount this point of time. And trust me, when I am visiting Reliance retail stores, okay, the trend stores, I have not seen ever in my life this kind of footfall in this kind of rush in Reliance malls. I don't know if it is revenge consumption or anything, but when I see in Kolkata, the kind of rush the people I can see in Reliance, I have not seen even during Durga Pujas. The billing counters have, it is packed, and in every billing counter there is queue of 5, 6, 10 people. Okay, and these are long queues. Uh, that happened during Bengali New Year. We call it Poila Boishakh. And happy Poila Boishakh to all of you. And so Reliance can actually surprise on the upside, and index may remain in the range. And you can see that it is going into uncharted territory, and there is very few volume resistance here, and this can actually lift the market. But overall, not a very situation where I can predict a lot of stocks going forward. I showed you the stocks that I discussed, and for TMT students, I will continue to discuss stocks which come into my radar. Every stock is moving 2-3% and then correcting. That is also a difficulty. EID Parry. Okay, this is one more stock that I discussed today. It went up, then it pulled back. So you have to be a little bit agile. Once you are getting a couple of percentage, possibly you need to book, because stocks are not continuing. Okay, Adani Power is a stock that I discussed for the next week, and Borosil, this will also be in my radar for the next week, and also this LG Corporation. Okay, this LG Corporation will remain in my radar for next week. Otherwise, for TMT students, I can say that whatever stocks I see, and it is very difficult market now, but still if I see some good stocks during the market, we will definitely discuss, but we won't go gung-ho and wait for the market to actually break out in either direction and give us a clear view of the market in which it wants to go. So thank you everyone. Thanks for this wonderful evening that you're spending with us. Right now, I would like to hand it over to Jyoti ji. Jyoti ji, please can you take over? Are you able to hear me, Jyoti ji?
Yes, I can hear you very well, and I was enjoying your session. Why do you want to break that?
Ma'am, please take over. I am also looking to hear from you. Welcome, ma'am.
But I was
Thank
really
you.
enjoying your
Please
session. I wish you could continue
you,
for some more time.
No, ma'am. I have shared what I had to share. Please go ahead, ma'am. Thank you. It is all yours.
Thank you, friends. So, hello, friends. Am I audible to you all? Hello, am I audible? I'm not able to understand whether I'm audible or not audible.
Ma'am, you are audible. They are saying you are audible. Please go ahead.
Yeah.
Please share your screen and go ahead. Thank you. You are visible also.
Okay. Okay. So visibility is not a big deal. So let me. So friends, I would like to share my screen and just give me a minute. Can you allow me to share my screen? Souradeep? Hello, Souradeep?
I will tell Agnish. I think he can do that because just
Yeah, you have to stop your screen.
okay. I have stopped my screen. Thank you.
Thank you, friends. Very good evening. How are you, friends? कैसा रहा ये हफ्ता ये महीना सब खत्म होने को आ गया? Yes, I'll try to remove the background, but I'm a little bit bad in what I say. Rather, I will stop sharing my webcam. That would be better. And share my screen. So friends, just would like to share you because maximum of my stocks were being shared by Vivek ji and Souradeep, and I'm very happy to know that they are also still maintaining the bullishness on what I'm talking and what calls I had given from that, like CAMS, RCF, then other also I'm still bullish, and many of them, they are also bullish on that. So I would prefer that if you have any questions, first you can ask me related to my calls, who are looking at my calls and all, and if they have any doubt on why I've given this call, because mostly I've shared the rationale of everything. And if you all wish, you all can ask me. So it will be my view on Minda Corp. So if you all ask me in this way, it will be good. And we will take on to the charts, and based on the charts, I can show you. So okay. So first thing is JSW Steel. See, I have a feel that meta sector may not outperform. And if you see the charts, in the charts also, I'll go a bit slowly, bhai log, thoda. Slowly. Yeah. So in my style, when I say, what can I see in JSW is, I can see a negative divergence. I start from daily time frame or weekly time frame, and then I prefer to go on a lower time frame. What is negative divergence? Prices are making higher high, and RSI is not making higher high, or is making a higher low, a lower high. I'll try to answer all the questions. Let us see. So when this type of situation comes, if you see, prices is making a continue higher high. In means two tops I can see, which are, you can say, higher high. And now if you see, I'm seeing that from this big master candle, it has broken down. Big master candle, it has broken down. Those who don't know how to do this, no problem. We have another way. We can go to this swing low and see. Just now Vivek sir showed you all that how to check the swing low, and based on that swing low, it has broken today. So if Monday I see the price falling below this, I may take a trade. What will be the direction of the trade? See, I will teach you all one thing, but what I'm teaching you all, I will give you all the perfection so that you can understand what I'm doing. So what I do generally, what is the top and what is the range of this? Why? Because it is forming a rounding top type of pattern. So I can expect this downfall below this, but subject to the price should fall or make a lower low compared to today, with this price being the stop loss. Stop loss is most important to me. And if you all are trading on futures, then if you're shorting futures, you can use buy a put, ATM put. Along with that, कहीं तो सेफ्टी होगी, राइट? जैसा हम सोचते हैं, market doesn't work totally that way. So we have to move as per the market. So this is how I read the charts, I understand the charts. I hope I've answered the question. Now there was one, after taking a trade for short term, whenever we see big red candle, we are scared. Yes, sir, we are always scared, because these red if you are in a long position and you see these red candles, no, you are scared. That is why when you are in futures, I always tell you all to hedge, right? So now if you have this as a stop loss and if you have taken ATM call as a hedge, definitely you're not going to lose as much as you will lose in standalone futures. So please take care of that. Okay. Now there was one more thing asked to me. Why did I give Maruti? Yes. So I have done a session on a webinar on open interest as well as on psychology behind candles. So just check Maruti. Let us check Maruti. I gave the trade on this day. If you see the circle, I have already, it is circled also. So I have taken the trade on this day. You can see the open, high, low, close somewhere here. So if you see open and low does not have much difference, only a 20 rupees difference. Secondly, with the webinar where I've shown psychology of candles, gap down, open low, generally I don't leave. Stop loss तो अपने साथ है ही है. We don't trade without stop loss. So I generally don't leave gap down, open low, and gap up, open high. So that is my first criteria which I see. Then when it went up, it also went into long built up. And from here only I started giving the trade. Next day, when prices fell and then again it came up, I said to exit at this place. उसके बाद ऊपर जाएगा वो पता नहीं चलता है. But yes, we made a good decent amount of money in that. enjoy, be happy. The reason also to be exiting fast. Today is Friday. And from yesterday onwards, many brokers started telling their clients to cut off the position because next week they will have higher margins due to delivery systems. So always be careful when you are nearing the week before the last week. So don't take long positions or option positions too much that can lose your theta value, everything, only because your only favorable item is delta, that is direction, but you will lose on to the time value. हिमांशु सर, रिजल्ट्स अच्छे आते हैं, मार्केट गिर जाता है, रिजल्ट्स खराब आते हैं, मार्केट चल जाता है. So let us not because why is that happening is the biggest question coming to me every time. See, we are buying the stock at supports. Maybe that time the stock must be at resistance when there is a result. And nowadays I've seen so much that breakout aata hai. You try to trade a breakout. It gives you a super breakout with 8, 10, 20% in one day only. And next day it comes back down. And that gives a tremendous pressure when you are trading a breakout और उसके बाद आप उसके ऊपर जाके you go and buy and without a hedge and then it falls. It's a very big pressure. And in cash you don't have that cash stocks, you don't have hedging facility. So what I do, I prefer to go for very, very small quantity, and I would rather do pyramiding, but I would not go for a very big amount of stock so that it becomes too heavy for me. And generally, yes, I prefer to buy either at support or at breakout, but not in the middle or near resistance. I will wait for the market to react. One thing more, which I have seen in many traders and everyone, that we have the trading more of like herd mentality. In the morning, when things are in our favor, we don't trade. We keep on watching it and try to move the prices. I'll show you one example right now. Just 1 minute. I'll show you all. Our style of trading, which I would like to show you all. Let's say if the price is moving around about say 75, 76. We will say place a bid around 74.5 to buy. We will not buy. Price moves to 76, 77. What we do, we move towards 75 or 75.5. We keep on chasing it till it becomes 80, 81. We keep on just chasing it. We don't buy. And the moment it crosses 80, 81, then we say 82 karke le buy kar. So the thing is, what is happening is from year to year, you have missed that rally of how much? Of almost 10%. And with that, what happens? The person who has bought somewhere here will come to sell. And we are the person to give him the exit. So what I say, either trade a support, or when you have decided to trade, that time your RR, if it is in your favor, trade it, na? Why wait for bargain for 50 paisa and all? Go ahead with RR. Buy half with bargain price. Do that way. Why you want to wait? And then once the price moves, okay, when you have waited for so much time, then why are you rushing at 82 to buy? That is what is our mentality. And because of that, I'm seeing the breakouts. And after that, the failure of the breakouts is giving me a terrible tension. Whether to trade this breakout or not to trade this breakout is again a difficult thing. So that is what we have to be very careful. Then अच्छा, मिस्टर अभिषेक का क्वेश्चन मैं पहले आंसर कर देती हूँ. Can you see the price has closed, Abhishek? Sir, can you see the price has closed yesterday at 7469 point, matlab previous day at 7. Previous day price closed at 7469.50, right? And today at what rate did it open? 7374. So where did it close? 7469. And where did it open? 7374. It is a gap down. There might be some news which might be negative. Then what happened all of a sudden that in the opening only people started buying? Means that news have been discounted. So just see the psychology behind candles. You will understand my gap up, gap down trades. They are very, very beautiful. Now coming to Minda. Minda, can you see there was a breakout and after that it didn't give a chance. आप सोच रहे होगे the price went to 287. It only opened with a flick. It went to 287 and again came back. This is what is happening with the traps nowadays. So now for this, I will take you all to the monthly chart. Yes, my friends. Anyone remembers my multi-baggers? Anyone remembers my multi-baggers? Those who don't remember, again, I will tell you how to go to webinar because we have so short of time. I cannot explain that. It is there on webinars at Elearn. So what are they? Multi-baggers or multi-year breakouts, I call them. See, the swing high was on 1st December, somewhere in December 2017. And breakout happened in 2022. So more than 2 years. More than 2 years is called as a multi-year breakout. Higher the number of years, the higher speed you will get after a breakout in monthly time frame. And don't think it is on a monthly time frame when you get a breakout. Now the stock moves so faster, which you are seeing 8-10%, 5% hitting on daily regular basis. If you see, after the breakout happened at 232 around about 230 around, and see in the same month it made a high of around 280. 50 rupees, that is 20% in a month, is not a small deal. So with generally with multi-baggers, in a year I expect a return of around 50%. So this Minda is a multi-bagger stock. I may answer little questions, but what I will answer is you'll read that, you'll understand that carefully what I'm trying to say so that it can help you in other stocks which you are looking for. AU Bank. AU Bank, I cannot say about monthly because I still don't have the, but what I can see over here is an open high. Today it was a short built up trade. And can you see one thing again? Prices are making new high or higher high, but even and RSI even if it is the same high, it is not participating properly. That means उसमें गड़बड़ है. Then what happens? If price falls below RSI 70, I generally expect the price to touch my EMA level of 61. I use 61 as an EMA level. So first we will see in hourly time frame what has happened. Has it touched? Oh, it has fallen below 61 EMA. So it was a very good probability for shorting. And in daily time frame, my EMA is still around somewhere around 1277, but it might come up to say 1300. So 1300 you may find some support. Okay, there is another probability of giving you support is very simple. Wherever you have swing highs or swing lows, right? See, this is broken, right? And now can I say somewhere around, I'm not even getting here. So this I'm getting straight away. I'm not getting a proper swing also. If I use this, but this is not proper to me according to me. So both either EMA or swing high, anything it may touch, but still there is a scope for shorts. So if you are shorting, use options, otherwise don't short blindly. HDFC Bank of HDFC twins and all, and IT sector, abhi Mr. De ne aapko bataya tha. He has explained it so beautifully about HDFC twins. Now coming to Linde. So let us check. Again on daily charts. Can you see prices has fallen below RSI, and after that I'd seen an open high. It on monthly time frame it may be strong. So when we say buy on dips, what do we understand by that? In monthly time frame RSI is above 70, so it is strong according to me. But I will do buy on dips when in daily time frame it falls below 70 and it reaches near my EMA 61. Then I will try or start accumulating, not now, because now it is in a falling mode. This is how I study and this is how I analyze. Just a second. I think I'm missing out something. Yeah. Hindalco. See, again, you will ask me that you're stuck upwards. Yes. Not only you, many people have stuck upwards, but can you see? Simple. Whenever you see a negative divergence where price is making high or higher high and RSI is not making higher high or lower high, at least be careful. Don't buy. If you can't short, shorting is on price action, but at least not to buy. And if you see, I draw a trend line and what you can see, it's a clear-cut breakdown. and it has fallen below my EMA also. So keep invested in that. If you have done investments, you can hold till again when it goes again for a reversal, you can try to buy some more for the average, but till then why do I use 61 EMA? This is one of my favorite indicator I have developed. It is as per it is moving average is as per Fibonacci ratio 61.8. So either I use 61 or 62, both are the same. CET also, I think, okay, let me explain you about CET. CET, generally I have explained all my charts along with my graphs. If you can see, RSI is above 70 and there is the breakout which it is holding. Breakout holding along with RSI 70 is my preferable trade. If I see that if it is reversing, I will exit immediately. Basically, if you want to have an idea of all the metals, why not go to metal index and see what's happening in metal index? और अभी if I'm not wrong, उन्होंने मिस्टर दे ने आपको सब कुछ बताया था about metal index, metal stocks. See, can you see the shape? Just see the shape. It's so beautiful. What say, friends? Hope it does not break the low. Though RSI has already done it or near the breaking. Let's say if this saves, it has closed below that. If this can save you, well and good. Otherwise, we may see a very good fall in all metal sectors. Mr. Somit Agarwal, if RSI in daily time frame is above 75, weekly 65, you can definitely stay because overall the long term is bullish, and if monthly also supports you, then you can do good. Sometimes what happens, my friends, when I'm trading or seeing multi-year breakouts or some breakouts, and if I find the stock is very good and has a good potential, then I may not buy immediately. Or if it has given a run up, I may not buy immediately. I may go for a SIP system because holding that stock for 1 year from the top is very difficult. So we can go in a SIP format of the stock. I have given few SIP format of the stock. CET में आपको divergence दिख रहा है? Let me see. सर RSI में कहाँ divergence दिख रहा है बताएंगे प्लीज. It has crossed. इसीलिए तो दिया था. Sorry sir, I'm not able to find out the divergence right now. GAIL. This is a stock is very difficult actually to trade also. Polycab, actually they have margin pressures a lot in Polycab. And you saw the fall, and if you see the structure of the charts now, first let me finish with GAIL, because Polycab today I was enjoying, and see the GAIL structure of the GAIL with such a huge candle. No, these become master candle types. Now it will not allow me to buy, because if you see swing high, let us see that previous swing high, right? It's below that also. So, and see, not only here, can I take this? Now see, just read the swing highs and swing lows and see where you are standing. Now for Polycab, actually I was also interested. You are talking of engulfing bullish or bearish, but can I say this? Can I say this before you are engulfing bullish or bearish? Can I say this? What say Kishorji? Mr. Kishore Batra? When I see now, then I will at least not go for a buy. That is sure. And secondly, one more thing I'll show you. When I see the charts now, see engulfing bullish or bearish, you are seeing it today. But see the difference, it's almost 210% engulfing bearish. Now, if you go and short here, your stop loss will be definitely here, which is unbearable. नहीं करना ये काम, छूट गया, ट्रेन छूट गया, भागते हुए ट्रेन को पकड़ने का नहीं. See, can you see that? It was a resistance. It went up, came down. Very simple. Tata Power. It is an SIP stock for me. Why? I'll tell you the whole thing about Tata Power. Can you see? See the beauty of Tata Power in monthly. It's the structure. See the structure. It is a multi-year breakout. One multi-year breakout happened. Again, see the another multi-year breakout. Another multi-year breakout is at 163. And if you see what is happening is, you see the structure. Structure is this way, right? If structure is this way, how can I go for a shorting, or I would rather prefer to buy at dips? So it is an SIP stock for me, which I have given in StockEdge also at around 216. It went up to 280 in the same month. Yes, I know in this high volatile market, it is very difficult to hold the stock. But the thing is, if your view is intact and if you are stock specific, this market for the time being is for stock specific rather than going for index, because in index, as Mr. Day showed you and Mr. Vivek ji was also telling, it is too dicey to tell the movement of the Nifty right now, because there are too many gaps. Every day you're seeing gap up, gap down openings. So going stock specific with a long-term view or minimum 4-5 months view and buying them very slowly. It's not necessary you become an intraday trader. Vikas sir saying, what is the reason of falling Reliance? I could not get. See, now what I'm seeing in already line is drawn. I have touched this line with this data point, right? So there is a resistance. And if you see, can I ask you one thing? Can you see a divergence? Yes. Had you seen this? Almost open and low being the same with long build up. Just 7 rupees difference between open and low with long build up. Had you taken a trade over here, 8 to 10% within a week. This is what I've explained in my open interest trading futures and options using data और डेटा रीडिंग एंड ऑल दैट ओपन इंटरेस्ट के बारे में मैंने कितने वीडियोस में बोला है, फेस टू फेस में भी बोला है. सो दिस वाज द बेस्ट ट्रेड. इफ यू कुड नॉट, दैट इज व्हाट इज हैपनिंग. वी डोंट टेक हियर, वी वांट टू बाय समवेयर हियर, एंड देन दिस इज द थिंग व्हाट इज हैपनिंग. The thing is, we are not failing because market is falling or rising against us or going against us. The most important thing is we are failing in the market because we cannot maintain our psychology, or we cannot maintain our discipline, or we become so eager and hyper and aggressive while trading that trade goes into our head and then into our heart rather than actually being a trade. This is what I have seen with many of them. Hind Unilever. So, what say my friends? Was it a buy? कहीं पे भी इसने swing high cross नहीं किया ना? See? Always keep a track of this swing high. One second. Never miss the swing highs. And what you can see at swing high? A double top, double bottom. Price making higher high. जाने दो ना. I didn't understand your meaning of no. Mini, Mr. Vedanta, Mr. Venkat, I didn't understand the meaning of no. Yeah. So now I think y'all have started understanding. I didn't do very big things. I showed in a very simple manner. Maybe for the beginners, so experts, I might have not experts might have not enjoyed my session because they have a different view, they know all this, and I was taking on a very, very basic mode. So what has happened, unless these are very basic and simple things you can see while taking a trade, very basic. So if you just take care of these things now, I don't think it should be a big problem, or you should get stuck in some share. And aisa bhi nahi hai. See, if you see, yesterday I gave a buy call of iBull. Today I saw it's not working. I exited it with just 1 rupee loss. What's the harm? When it is reversing, why keep my ego? I love money. Tell this to yourself. I love money. I don't want the share. I want the money. So just with 1 rupee, I exited the share of iBull today. With just 1 rupee, I didn't wait for the stop loss to get hit. If you see my trade, I'll show you all. See iBulls. Yesterday I gave this trade. to buy around 160 to 50 with stop loss of 155. Logic, long build up, open low, almost same. Yesterday, I did not exit, and today CMP is 161.5. Please exit the trade, almost cost to cost. No movement, moving sideways. And after I exited, it came down by another 2 rupees or something. So what's the harm in exiting? Now, Asian Paints. We are again in the middle. So either swing high का wait करो. अच्छा, ये जो swing high है ना, आप पीछे कहां तक ले जा सकते हो, लेके जाओ. And let us see why. See, if you see any time when prices are reaching at these places now, what is happening? Wahan pe something or the other happens. See, matlab either it takes a resistance or support. Means these levels are somewhat crucial levels. These levels are somewhat crucial levels. So just highlight this whenever you see a chart. Draw a straight line, highlight it. Ho gaya. If you see, so can you see? All these points are so crucial and they are very, very simple. I don't have to give much thought on this. So these points, these points, to trade on these points is not so, to take decision on these points is not so difficult. Let it cross that level and again we are at that same level. Can you see that? It's so simple, I'm telling you. So let it cross the swing high. We will then think about it. So friends, I couldn't cover all the questions. I tried my best to make it simple for all the retail traders and investors, both. As much simple as much I can. And there on StockEdge Club, you can join me, put an alert, whatever trades I give on StockEdge Club, you can take them, enjoy them. If you feel I have given a wrong call, you can even ask the explanation to me. I will explain you all. Thank you, friends. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. So I'm leaving the session now. Thank you.